What's going on, guys? Phil here from Custom Offsets TV on YouTube with Josh. He was in an episode of From the Gallery, and you guys enjoyed that one, so we figured we'd bring him back for an episode of this or that. So we got Keaton behind the camera. He's going to ask us the questions which you guys commented on our last one, which, by the way, that's how you get your questions answered. You just got to put them in the comments below, and then we'll put them in the next video. So hit it.
All right. Short bed, short cab lifted, or short bed, short cab slammed?
Lifted.
Slammed.
Of course. Again, with the lowriders, I don't get it.
Well, it's just if it's a regular cab short box, I feel like if you lift it, it's just gonna like be very disproportionate and look like it's gonna tip over. But you drive a Scout, which is pretty much like this long and
it's
this
kind of
tall.
like a short cab, short box, sorta ish. It's got a back seat though.
I suppose.
Yeah.
That's
cab.
it. I would lower it. I would lower it.
2019 Tacoma or 2019 Ranger?
Ooh. They still make the Tacomas?
Yeah. Oh, they make the Tacoma.
Wait, I was thinking Dakota.
Oh, yes. 2019 Tacoma for me. That's what I would take.
Definitely. Tacoma.
So Tacoma is still available with a manual transmission, which is really nice. You can't get the Ranger with a stick. Tacoma V6 power could be upgraded a bit. The Ranger has 2.3 EcoBoost. So like with the turbo, it's okay, but it's still a 4-cylinder. Sounds kind of funky.
And you can get the Tacoma Pro.
Yeah, the TRD Pro,
Yeah.
which comes with just about everything you need to go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's cool overlanding options with the Tacoma. The Ranger's still too new that there's not a ton of stuff out there. You can get your your basic lift kits, but nothing crazy. So I'd go with the Tacoma.
Definitely Tacoma. For sure.
Subaru Baja or Honda Ridgeline?
Oh my God. Baja.
I
actually asked that?
I wanted a Baja for the longest time. Like before I turned 16, I thought it was super cool, and I really don't know why.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody.
I think Baja.
What was the other option? Honda Ridgeline?
The Ridgeline. Yeah, I've never been a fan of the Ridgelines. I know a lot of guys that have them, they love them. I think that's the same with the Baja though.
But it's just a Honda Ridgeline is really a Honda Odyssey minivan.
Pretty much.
It's just with a truck bed
with a
on
truck
it.
box, right.
But which one would I take? Definitely not the new Honda Ridgeline. The new one looks way too much like a minivan. It's very sloped, very curvy.
Yeah. It is more truck-ish than the Baja.
I guess give me a Subaru Baja, and I'm gonna actually Baja it. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd cut up the fenders, and I'd find some sort of lift for it. Throw a whole bunch of old school, the big round lights.
Yeah.
And just send
That would look pretty awesome. And the Baja has the flat 4 boxer engine.
Right.
So you can't beat that sound. And it's got the proven symmetrical all-wheel drive over the Honda Ridgeline. So
yeah,
I would go with
Ridgeline
Baja.
you can get an all-wheel drive also, but it's Honda with they have VTM 4-lock, I think they call it. Subaru's been doing all-wheel drive for a long time, so
Yeah,
I go with Baja.
never been a fan of the Ridgelines. I don't know, I just can't get, not that I like the Bajas that much either, but
Yeah, if I had to pick.
yeah, I would go with the Baja.
Okay, this is a second time this question has been asked, but we missed it the first time. Cheap wheels, expensive tires, or cheap tires,
Expensive wheels. Well, I'm into off-roading, so definitely the expensive tires over the wheels, although the beadlock wheels,
I got it.
there was really nothing there. It was just reaching over. I would go with tires because it's functional, but again, with off-roading, you want the nice beadlocks too to keep the tires on the wheel. So, but I still think overall, if you don't air down too much, tires, expensive tires.
So, in the car world, I would say expensive tires over expensive wheels, because when I'm driving at 140, 150 miles an hour, I really care about what's keeping me connected to the road or the track or wherever I am, because I wouldn't drive that fast on the street. Neither should you. But in the truck world, I mean, it's a show truck. We're gonna go to the mall. Like, what are you really gonna do that requires really good tires? So I would be fine spending a ton of money on wheels and having cheap tires. That's me.
Early 90s style lifted / built Toyota truck, or a 2015 and newer lifted and built Toyota truck?
Ooh, I know right off the bat. The early 90s style lifted Toyota, just because of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That movie made the early 90s.
Check out that 4x4. That is hot.
Okay, back her up.
Someday, Jennifer. Someday.
You know, all I
Maybe
can
that was
think
the
of
80s.
is the pizza delivery truck from, what was that movie? Toy Story.
Oh,
He had an old like Toyota T100, I think it was. That's
Yeah.
what I think of when I think of early 90s Toyotas. I would go with 15 and newer. 15 and newer Tacoma, if I'm going to be specific, is what I would go for. The one with the manual transmission, because I just like that they still offer it. I'm really stuck on the whole manual thing.
yeah. We're gonna have
My,
to fact check that early 90s Toyota from Back to the Future, because that might have been a manual.
Toy Story, not Back to the Future. Oh, Back to the
No,
Future.
the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Remember
I
the
don't
black
know.
one with the chrome
No, I don't
roll cage and
remember. Back to the Future. I'm like,
Did I just date myself?
yeah, you did. Yeah, I'd go with 15 or newer Toyota Tacoma, if I'm being specific. And that's good there.
2019 or 2020 lifted Silverado 1500 or stock mint condition 1985 short box Silverado.
New lifted one. I'm not gonna drive a stock vehicle.
1985 Chevy Silverado.
Oh, Josh, you're killing me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, my truck's a 73, so I think an 85 is kind of an upgrade.
I've owned plenty of old vehicles. I just, if I'm gonna have an option for a stock clean one, which doesn't exist in Wisconsin, by the way. That
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
yeah. It's gotta be
I'd go with
garage kept
the 19 or 20 that's lifted.
One thing you would like to delete from the truck world, and then in parentheses, KLM DX Rockstar rims or
Oh.
Cali lean lift setups.
Kelly lean lift setups. I don't get it. No way. I don't understand why they would drop their ass like that. to the
So,
ground.
like the
Help us
really exaggerated Cali lean, like 9 inches in the front and 2 inches in the back, that's too much. But the like 1 to 2 inches, kind of Baja pre-runner style, I can get behind.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
one thing I'm gonna delete from the truck world, it seems kind of risky if I'm gonna get rid of the Rockstar wheels, because as much as people hate them, they were very influential in the customizability, if that's a real word, real word.
Wait, they still make Rockstars?
Yeah,
Is
they've
that
had
a
the
thing?
Rockstar 1, the Rockstar 2, the Rockstar 3.
Not just the energy drink,
And they've
right?
got, yeah. And you can pull apart all the pieces and paint them to whatever matches. And now a ton of people are doing that kind of stuff. So I think we needed that to get where we are today.
Kind of to kick off the.
But if they're gonna go away now, I think we'd be okay with it. I wouldn't want to take it away from where it came in. It still needs to be there. We would have altered the course of the future. We can't do that. But we don't need it anymore. I'm
Is that
sorry.
another Back to the Future reference?
Could be.
Altering the future. That is true. Rockstars were pretty influential. That was like the first big revolutionary wheel.
Yeah.
Good point.
Old school loud clattering diesels or new school quiet diesels.
Old school clattering loud diesels.
Yeah, can't beat that
Definitely.
sound.
Nope.
The new ones are just too quiet. Too many emission controls. The DEF fluid is lame.
Fuel economy sucks
Yeah.
compared to the old ones.
The old one, hands down.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a simple question.
Yeah, easy.
Stock clean OBS or lifted Jeep GL?
You mean JL?
JL, sorry.
I would take the new JL. It's actually a pretty impressive vehicle as compared to the JK. The JK was very plasticky on the inside. The new JL is also still plasticky, but at least they have like a nice touch screen and digital gauges, and they drive halfway decent.
So it was stock OBL, OBD, OBS.
Oh, so just a old body style truck. So like a, say, 80s, 90s. Or a brand new JL.
Right. Oof. Yeah, I think I would go new JL. Yeah. It's
pretty
a toss up. That's a kind of a hard
Were you
one.
just playing with Jeff's the other
yeah,
night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
He's
Has
got
a whole
methods on
angle
it,
font,
like
yeah.
315/70s.
2.5-inch Terraflex lift.
It's a pretty sweet,
Yeah.
sweet setup. Which, by the way,
315s.
if you guys don't know, a small secret, we're developing a new brand that we're gonna, well, you know about it.
Yeah.
Trail Build. It's gonna be
Yeah.
sweet. It's gonna be all about off-road stuff.
Yeah.
So if you like that, you can probably find them on Facebook. It's not released yet. Top secret. Don't let anybody know I told you.
3.0 Power Stroke or EcoBoost?
Oh, good question. So I'm assuming he's referring to the new F-150 you can get with a 3-liter Power Stroke. So it's like kind of like how Ram made the Eco Diesel. So the small Power Stroke or the EcoBoost V6. I think I would take the Power Stroke. I have a diesel BMW, which is just a little 4-cylinder turbo, but it gets really good fuel economy. There's decent power there. I think I'd put that kind of motor into an F-150. I've never driven one. I got to ride in one. I was out in California at Ready Lift. They had a pretty sweet kit on theirs, but I never drove it. But it didn't sound like a diesel should sound.
No,
but
it's one of those quiet and newer diesels.
Performed fine.
Yeah, I would go with the 3.0 with the Power Stroke, definitely.
You get too much shit for the EcoBoost.
They're probably going to have all kinds of delete kits and
Oh, I'm sure.
chips and everything else to boost it up. Maybe we can get that thing smoking.
Now all these kids can be running around, in their dad's baby Power Stroke, rolling coal on people.
The little bitty Power Stroke.
Straight pipe 7.3 or straight pipe 6.0?
7.3.
Yep, 7.3. Easy.
The 7.3 straight piped sounds like a jet engine.
Yeah.
I mean, the 6.0 sounds good too.
Yeah,
but
you can get that thing whistling.
But the 6.0 had terrible reliability
Yeah,
problems.
the 7.3 is just that bulletproof
Yeah.
foundation that they should probably still be making to this day if it wasn't for emissions.
I used to have a Ford Excursion, right? And it's like the 7.3 is the best motor that you could put in there. And you got this big honking SUV, but you got the 7.3 that's in the F250, F350, and straight pipe that, roll some coal out of her, do diesel things with it, and be loud as heck. I would totally take it.
I had the Excursion myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, blacked out, murdered Excursion, but it had the V10. It was not a diesel.
The 6.8 liter V10.
Yeah.
Yep. Mine was purple.
Lots of power.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Purple and tan. Like, what was Ford doing? Don't worry, it wasn't like my choice to buy that. It was like, the vehicle my mom had, and then I turned 16, and so they were like, all right, you can drive this, while you try to buy a car.
Yeah, drive this big old bus.
Yeah, so here I am, 16. Back then is when I still used to be small. I was like 120 pounds and like 5'4". Not that I'm much taller now, but yeah,
Driving
that was
big
a
old
big
Excursion,
vehicle for
yeah.
me. So if you guys have any questions that you want answered in the this or that format, you can drop them in the comments below. We'll probably put a pinned comment. As long as somebody remembers to do it, it'll be there. You can comment the questions for us, and we'll get them on the next episode. I'm Fuller. That's Josh. This is the video. Wheelstar Suspension, CustomOffsets.com, and t-shirts too. Hats, gloves, everything. Everything you want. We got it all.
Peace.